just could be a record-breaking year at the movie box office. With just a handful of days left, the 2009 record of more than $10.5 billion spent at the movies is within reach. With us is Eric Childress of the Chicago Film Critics Association. Hi, Eric.
Hello.
So, what did everyone see last weekend?
Well, last weekend you had a bunch of new openings come up. You had Tom Cruise's latest film, Jack Reacher, did only about $15.6 million. One of his lesser openings for the better part of his career. Judd Apatow's This Is 40 made $12 million, but everyone was still seeing The Hobbit, which even though the number was down, was still very handily was at #1.
And The Guilt Trip, how did that do?
Not very well at all. Only about $7.5 million over 5 days. It opened last Wednesday, so that's a very disappointing number for them.
So why are we so close to this record?
We're very close to the record because we had a lot of event films this year. We had beginnings with the Avengers, we had the endings with The Dark Knight Rises and Twilight. Skyfall, the new James Bond film, was kind of a little bit of both, actually. So you had a lot of big titles come out, and most of them turned out to be very good. So people were going back in record numbers. The Avengers, Dark Knight, 2 of the 10 most successful films of all time.
Interesting. All righty. What about Christmas? That's always a big time for movies to come out. What opened?
Well, we had Les Mis, the adaptation of the Broadway musical, and it opened to about $18 million, the second highest Christmas Day opening of all time, behind Sherlock Holmes, which actually opened on a Friday when Christmas a few years back, so it's actually makes the numbers even more impressive. And Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained did about $15 million, which is the third highest Christmas Day opening ever. So people clearly went out and were very interested in these two movies.
Very cool. And what about, Les Mis is one of the most beloved musicals out there. How are fans of the musical going to like this film adaptation?
I think they're going to be very, very pleased with the adaptation. It's a very good film. People who are just general fans of the play, I think, are going to be very happy with the way the presentation of it, the actors and the singing. Anne Hathaway is going to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. I think that train has already left the station.
What about Django Unchained? Django
Unchained is a very entertaining Quentin Tarantino film. Sort of a spaghetti western meets blaxploitation films. Western that I think adult males are really going to have a lot of fun with, probably up until when Zero Dark 30 comes out next month, Catherine Bigelow's film about Osama bin Laden.
Right.
And so the ladies can go see Les Mis, and the guys can go see Django.
Guys loved Quentin Tarantino movies.
It's just one
of those guilty pleasures.
That's more than a guilty pleasure. The guy makes great movies. He really does.
Very good. Eric Childress of the Chicago Film Critics Association, thanks so much.
Thank you.